Hey coaches, I've got a little bubble screen series out of 3x1 that I'm getting excited about. Wanted to share it with you. I'll show you the base play and then I'll show you some of the little tags that come off of it. I wish I could tell you I tore everyone up with this last year, but the truth is I didn't call just a regular bubble near enough. We actually had great yards per play off of straight bubble, and I just didn't call it enough. So part of me trying to do a better job with it next year is trying to incorporate this whole series, and like I said, I'm getting excited about it, so we'll see what you think. All right, for us, bubble, we run the counter to the bubble. So drew up a 4-4 just because it's easy to show you. We'd be here, here, here. O-line on their wristband, it just says counter to them. They don't even know the bubble's coming. Out here, Z's blocking number 1. Y's blocking number 2. We always have our inside foot up, so H is going to push step with his right foot and then back pedal hard to get width on the bubble. Really, that's like a coaching point. It's hard to get width when you're backpedaling like that, but I just feel like it's a much easier throw for the quarterback. So we're keeping it that way, and we're just doing a good job of practicing our backpedal, something we do every day in the gym. All right, for the F is running 25, but he's got to be a little smarter. So he's going to counter step just like he does on the counter, but he'll know ahead of time whether he's getting the ball or not. So if he's not getting the ball, he's going to go ahead and dip in there just to stay out of the quarterback's throw. He'll know pre-snap whether he's getting the ball or not, and we'll go over that in a second. On the backside receiver is just running a Larry, and that's just kind of normal for our regular run game. So here's what we're looking at. If we have 3-on-2, well, we want that bubble. Anytime you guys know, anytime we come out, we see this picture. My God, we want to throw the dang bubble over and over and over again. On this backside versus this look, it would depend how this guy's playing. Sometimes they bring this guy up and blitz off the edge, so this would be one-on-one versus this guy, who's playing a deep cover 3. So we'd like that. If we get out here and they've done something else, they've checked man with us, they've taken this walk and put it over here so it's 3-on-3. Anything we don't like, the quarterback will just turn and look at the F and say, you. And that just means, all right, now the play's on. So now he really is running the counter. So he would come flat through there. Everything would be normal. We'd be reading his backside in. He'd have the option to throw it out here. It would just be a normal counter to us. So that's just the UU call. Now all that is the quarterback looks out there and says, ooh, I don't like that. So we're going to go ahead and run counter. Now, we've got what we call the game over here, and I've heard people, I think Coach Mackey calls it the gift route. We call it the game, where his normal route is his Larry. But the quarterback's got three little signals that he can throw this guy out here. He can run a hitch, he can run a fade, and he can run a slam. So they'll play that game. This is a receiver that the quarterback really likes. If they took this walk player away, easily can check it hitch or check it slam. If the walk player is gone and this corner walks up press man, if we like the matchup, quarterback can check the fade and just take a shot at the fade right there. So we've got this little game, which is 4 routes that he can play with on his backside. If the walk stayed over here, probably would only be messing around with this Larry right here. That if depending on what he's doing post snap, we might throw this Larry out here. But if once this walk disappears, once they decide they got to get more guys over there, or they decide they're going to blitz this guy, then all of a sudden this game becomes an option. And then what I think really makes the play is we've got a tag that we call smoke and fire. And all it is, it's like old-fashioned option football when they used to have a guy up in the box and they would just tell you who's making the tackle on the option. And that's the key to the whole thing. So this guy's number 1 to us, and this guy's number 2 to us. Well, who's making the play on the bubble? If number 1 is just kicking our tail, whether he's triggering quick or whether he's just more physical than us, he's just beating us up and coming in and making this play, then we're going to come back with a fire call. which just means fire equals fade, and that just means he's gonna come up, he's gonna stutter his feet, and he's gonna go, because that's the guy making the play on the bubble. If the walk, the number 2 guy's making the play on the bubble, same deal. If he's just triggering real fast, or if he's just beating us up, and however it's happening, but number 2's making the play on the bubble, then we'll call smoke. Smoke equals slant. Now he's going to come up, he's going to stutter his feet, let this guy trigger, and then he's going to just replace right behind him, and it's an easy completion for the quarterback. So these are called plays. Both of these tags are called, and the quarterback will give it a quick pump and then try to fire it. On the smoke, sometimes he can only just kind of give it a little dip, because he can't get it out fast enough if he does a full pump. But if we're going fire, he's gonna give it a full pump, reset his feet, and then go over the top with it. So that's it. It's kind of I don't know, what do we got? We got the bubble, we got the counter, we got the game on the backside. So that's 3 plays, and then we've got the tags with the smoke and the fire off of it, just to take advantage of what they're doing to us. Because, honestly, heck, when I was a D coordinator, I tell them that, heck, we're just going to beat them up. That we feel like we can play 2-on-3 because we're freaking tougher than they are, and we can beat those blocks. Well, if we come out and they're beating us up and they're beating those blocks, now we got answers for it, and it's answers that are gonna get them pretty good. So that's it. The play is called Tom and Jerry to us. It's just our bubble. Tom to the left, Jerry to the right, and those are all the extra pieces that go with it. Thank you, coaches.